What's up, guys? Welcome back to the weekly Scraps Hadouken.
What does that mean?
Damn.
Bro, nah, we not starting off like that.
Street Fighter?
Bro, we not starting off like that, bro.
Bruh.
Ain't no way.
How old are you?
Bro, 33.
I just turned 34.
34. I'm
birthday.
way younger than you guys.
Bro, but still.
Yeah,
You
shout
don't
out to
play
Aljo's. Aljo's getting really old. His birthday was the other day.
This guy's never played Street Fighter.
That's crazy.
Where's that world coming
That's
to?
crazy.
You know how many remakes they've made of that? You've never played Street Fighter.
Hadouken, you said?
That's crazy.
Hadouken.
Damn.
Sure. You
He may feel old.
Is that
Get
what
over
inspired
here.
you to get into MMA?
Get
Just
over
throwing a
here.
bunch of kicks.
I played Mortal Kombat
Play Mortal
and
Kombat?
like Super Smash Bros.
So you know,
And you never played
get
Street
over
Fighter?
here.
Wow.
That was before my time, bro. I started playing
Mortal
video
Kombat's
games,
before your time.
Bro.
but it's still like a big thing in culture.
Street Fighter is still a big
It's not
thing.
as big as Mortal
Have you
Kombat.
played Tekken?
Crazy.
Nah.
You never played Tekken, so you
Bro.
don't know Eddie.
When I
don't
came
know Eddie
up,
Gordo?
it was Wii Sports Resort.
You don't know Eddie
Wii
Gordo?
Sports.
Facts.
Banana way, na na na. Banana way, na na na.
What?
Damn,
Eddie
bro.
was fire. He was a cheat code.
We have to put you on, bro.
That's wild.
Just wash you up and just like take the
Dang.
controller.
Dang,
and hold these
son.
L's.
You missing out, bro.
I feel like I'd still beat you, even though I never
No,
played.
you
Probably.
No.
I feel like
If
I
you
would.
don't know, you
I
don't
just know my way
I'd
around
put a good wager on
electronics
that.
better than you.
I put a good.
I don't
wager on
have
that.
enough money to gamble with
I
you.
bet on Aljamain for that.
I'll put you all in. We'll just do that. Just to do that. Put you all in.
Yo.
Whatever.
All right.
All right.
Get
We got
to
UFC
it. Do
Nashville.
your job.
We got UFC Nashville coming up. We got a couple of really good fights. Obviously, the main event, we touched on this a little bit in the past, but now it's here. It's here. We have a replacement. It's no longer Umar Nurmagomedov. He's out. Shoulder surgery. I actually saw him at the PI.
Oh, wow.
A couple
I
of
didn't
days
know that.
removed from his surgery. He mentioned something like 6 months before he could start training again.
Oh,
Dang.
And I had my
rough
shoulder
scheme.
labrum repaired.
Dang.
I don't know how many times I've said that at this point now. So I've had fights as a professional with a torn labrum. You know, some people are still making excuses for my opponents coming in with a torn labrum.
Wow.
I'm just saying, you kind of know what you can and can't do, and I had to figure out my ways around it. So he's gonna be out for a bit, and then
Let me ask you something on that. As someone in that position, in that moment, that could really change his career, would you do the same thing and have surgery or go through with the fight?
Which one?
when you had your torn labrum.
No, I'm talking about like Umar right now. Him in a position to where he can really jump. Would you take? Because you already fought through so much. So
Yeah.
I think in your mind, if you were in position, you would still fight.
It depends on how bad it is. Like it came out in that sparring video, the clip that he posted.
Yeah.
And then he threw a punch, and as he threw a punch, the guy countered, and then when he turned around, it was like just hanging out the socket a bit. So I'm just like, well, mine never actually just fully hung out like that. Mine would come out, sublux, and then it'd go right back in. But then I was in so much pain.
Wow.
And it came out, I would record it easily over 25 times, easily.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And this is like talking like one training camp, like just getting through, trying to get through. That's when it got like really, really bad.
That's crazy.
Before the last fight where I got the surgery, it would come out a couple times, but the last fight right before where I fought, before I fought Joel Roberts, who was the last guy I fought? Sadeko, Sidemar Sadeko, whatever. The last guy I fought before I fought my return against Joel Roberts, it came out like around 25 times. Like it came out a lot of times.
So that's like TJ. That's what.
That's what they were saying. But when in the fight with TJ and I, it just hung out. Like, and I was like, look at him, like, yo, dude, fix your freaking shoulder. Put your
That was
freaking
funny.
Mr. Potato Head arm back in so I could beat you up the proper way.
Yeah.
Because I know. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I've been there, so I know.
Yeah.
Like, so
That's nice. You didn't just.
Nah,
kill him.
facts.
I could have just kept
You
kicking
could
his
have
shoulder.
just beat the crap out of him.
Jose Aldo, when he fought Korean Zombie, his shoulder came out the
Yeah.
socket. He just started throwing body kicks, head kick. And I was like, oh,
savage.
that's just rude, bro. Just
Dang.
Yeah, you
no
at least had
remorse.
the
No
common
mercy.
decency to like let him get it back in.
strike hard, strike fast. No mercy.
No mercy.
I had mercy.
He couldn't
Yeah, he
strike hard or
definitely did.
fast with that shoulder.
I could have.
You could have.
Yeah. So
You
with that
did.
being said,
filling
now
in?
he's gonna be out for a bit. So we got Rob Font who stepped up. That's gonna be a good fight. I'm looking forward to this one for a couple of reasons to see where Rob Font really is. Obviously, he had a really good comeback win against AJ Giannis, who
Yep.
I rate him pretty highly
Yep.
in his striking, like just his hands. And Font's got good boxing, but he's a heavy hitter, man.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
connected a couple times, and that was the fight where he got rocked. It looked like Adrian was about to get him out of there in like less than 2 minutes.
Facts.
And if Font came back and cracked him and put him away, it's just crazy how one way the fight's like this, and the next minute is like a whole nother thing.
Because I don't think anybody really expected that.
But he's taking this fight 2 weeks early because Rob Font was supposed to fight Song Yadong on my card in Boston.
2 weeks from now, yeah.
Yeah, so he's not only 2 weeks earlier, less from a training camp, he's also going from 3 to 5 rounds.
That's a tough jump.
Yeah.
That's like a whole different training camp.
So it's an uphill battle for sure.
So do you think Sandhagen benefits from this fight more or Umar?
I think it's a better credible name.
Yeah.
If you're talking about the diehard fans, and let's call them what it is, the crazy diehard fans that support the Dagestanis over there, you can definitely say that would be a bigger fight for them.
Yeah.
Against Sandhagen.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the U.S. market, I'm gonna say Rob Font is a much more compelling matchup based on accomplishments.
That's true. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
I
sense.
think it could end up being a more fun fight, too.
Could be.
Just 2 strikers versus opposed to a grappler and a striker.
I do wonder what Umar's approach would have been against.
I do,
Sandhagen.
yeah.
That was gonna be like all the questions are gonna be answered in this one.
And like how good is Umar actually?
Yeah.
That was basically the whole point of this fight.
Yes. And I know Umar is really good, but we just don't know against tough competition when the competition gets a little bit give you more resistance. They're not gonna just hang out on the ground, just lay there. What is he able to do when he gets people down to the ground, as opposed to the guys he's fought in the past against Nate Maness and Kelleher? I mean, I've trained with Kelleher, like, no disrespect or anything, but that fight was over. Like, once he got his back, he put. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough for us to kind of go, this is a credible. And I don't want to take away from his win. This is a credible enough opposition for us to go, this is where Umar is at. It's like he hasn't fought anyone that's going to give him that resistance. You take him down, I'm actually getting back up. I know how to defend the body triangle. Even if I don't defend the body triangle, I know how to get back to my feet and at least survive the round.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see any of that.
No.
So
That's almost like with the Peter Yan and Sugar Sean. Like that was that fight. It was like, let's see what he's really about. And that would have been that for Umar.
yeah. It would have been a good fight.
Yeah.
Sucks that we won't get to see it now.
I would have had Corey in that fight.
Against Umar?
Yeah.
I was kind of split because it's hard for me to bet against the wrestler.
Yeah.
But then Corey literally has only lost to champs.
Plus,
Myself,
he keeps
Jan,
getting better.
TJ.
Yeah.
He hasn't lost to anyone else that hasn't been like wore UFC gold.
Right.
Which says a lot.
And I just feel like experience plays a way bigger factor than people just think, you know?
Yeah. And going in from 3 rounds to 5 rounds is a game changer. It would have been good to see Umar because then he could have gotten his shot to see where he really believes that he is. And then it gives him an opportunity to say if he beats Corey, maybe him and Marab will fight for the vacant bantamweight title.
Yeah, it's changed now. And I get that. Once you're a wrestler, like it's hard to bet against the wrestler.
It really is.
Even with the Crawford and Spence, like I went for Crawford because he has a wrestling background, like his kids wrestle. And
I
it's
didn't
like,
know that.
you know that,
Really?
right? That literally made me go for him because he understands wrestling. And he has that mentality. His kids is nice. So once I knew that, I was like, it's hard to bet against a wrestler because it's a different mentality,
Someone
bro.
with that, yeah.
Yeah, it's different, bro.
I usually never bet against the wrestler. Like, if it's a wrestler versus striker, I always think the wrestler's going to win.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like that was true for a while, but I feel like the guys who are strikers are starting to catch up. Like, you're starting to see sometimes the striker actually wins that matchup because the wrestler can't just go in there and take them down as easily because they've been working on their takedown defense and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we kind of saw that with Song Yadong versus Ricky Simone.
Exactly.
And I thought Ricky would have been able to get Song down and keep him down for a lot longer than what he was able to do. Mm-hmm. And that's a dangerous fight when you got Song Yadong throwing those hands at you like that. You got that's scary.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, so you can't take him down, then what? And that's the Umar and Corey fight. I was thinking, so if Umar can't take him down easily, which we know Corey's been working on his wrestling. In his last fight, he took Cheeto down a few times.
Yep.
Offensively. versus defense.
But that makes me think at least he's been working on wrestling more.
Yeah, 100%.
So then it's like, okay, if he faces that resistance, now you're on the feet with Corey, who's probably like the worst guy you could be on the feet with.
But then how much energy does Corey give up defending those takedowns?
I don't think people
That's a
understand that.
But does
People don't
Umar
understand that.
also lose energy going for takedowns?
He does, but also for him, it depends on how much energy he's using in trying to pursue the takedown. It's such a give and take, and that's the smallest part of the details that people don't understand. The in betweens, like knowing when to rest when you're squeezing.
Yeah, that's true.
Knowing when
That
to
is true.
try to actively try to pull this guy down versus, I got the position, but I'm gonna kind of just hang out here and let them squirm and use a lot of energy, and then when I feel them kind of relax, then I go and explode again, look for a takedown. Hopefully you get it this time, or if not, you come off the break and you look to strike. So it's a chess match, man. Like, I don't always just bet on the wrestler. I have to look at how they're pursuing the takedowns and then how they look when they disengage. When you look at that, that gives you the bigger picture where, like, okay, this is a tough guy because he knows what he's doing. He understands energy consumption versus anything else, and knowing when to apply himself versus knowing when to take his foot off the gas.
Bro, you do not get enough credit for your fight IQ, bro. Like, sometimes I'll just be listening to him, I'll be like, bruh, like, your breakdown is crazy. Like,
I feel like
it's crazy.
I feel like he does get, like, everyone in MMA knows about his fight IQ.
Yeah.
But like it should be like amplified.
Yeah,
more.
bro.
Like,
It's
it's probably like I was talking about this with Al. Like, you probably have the best. Like, you're up there with in the top
100%
fight IQs in the entire world.
I really believe that.
Like, anyway,
I do feel like that's what helped me beat Henry.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I was able to kind of outwit him in certain positions where it's like he was trying to fight where I'm like, nah, we're not fighting right now. We're gonna play my game, you know?
Yeah.
And then when it was time for me to fight and then make that switch, I'm like, okay, now we're wrestling. And then even when I was shooting, he was just kind of stuffing the shot and just kind of... For me, I understood what I was doing in playing the game.
but he, sorry to interrupt you, but I saw him a couple weeks after that at the Bellator in Chicago, and he was talking to me about the fight, and he said he thinks Aljo's just going in there and like he was like, I think Aljo's just going in there and just winging it. Like, he doesn't even know what he's doing. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure he knows what he's doing. Like, we kind of had a little back and forth, and I was like, no, I'm like, he almost like couldn't believe that you outsmarted him. Like, in his mind, he was like, I feel like I'm better than him, but he just got me. And I'm just like,
Cause you
I'm
can't
like, dude,
train for that. You can't train for
Run it
that.
back and we could do the same.
But that to me, I was like, this is a man who thinks he's the smartest person in the world. And not to say anything bad about him, but like, this is a man having cognitive dissonance in real time. Like, he doesn't even know that. Like, he doesn't even know what happened.
He can't believe it.
But
I know.
And I can only say that because I see all the work that goes into it, and I know like this is what you did what you prepared to do.
Yeah.
But he thinks you're just kind of like winging it and have no idea like what the effect you're having. But no.
Nah, I have an idea, but a lot of it, I will say, is open-ended, where it's like, I know what I'm doing in terms of, I know the path I'm going on, I just don't know which direction I'm going to turn, depending on
what you do,
what object shows up in front. And then when that shows up, it's like, okay, we're going to go this way because this is going to be the path of least resistance against this obstacle that's in the way. And if he goes this way, I know I can go here. And it just changes and dictates the fight a little bit easier. And that's my thing about Sean, because I wonder what his approach is going to be outside of the first round. I'm like, I know in the first round he's going to be looking to stay long, hope to touch me up, and think that he could defend a couple takedowns or maybe drain my energy. I don't even know what his actual thought process is, because I'm trying to give him all the benefit of the doubt. What he's going to be looking to do in the first round other than trying to shut my lights out. Like, that's his biggest thing. Like, I can shut his lights out. He leaves too many mistakes. I'm like, you think I'm going to go in
find
there?
his chin at least once.
That's
his thing. I'm like,
that's literally
you might
what he's
like if that's what
I'm going to find his chin.
You know how many people have said that about you? Like, I'm going to find his chin.
I'm going to break him. He's a chicken. Henry Cejudo, he's not overlooking me. He just knows that he's just so much better. Corey Sandhagen, he's like, Aljo's good. What was his thing that he said in the UFC countdown?
I think he said he's never been against somebody as mom.
But he said, I'm world class. And I was just like, oh, that cut me deep, because I was like,
Corey said that?
Yeah, I was like, you just got here,
88
bro.
seconds.
Wow.
That's actually crazy that he said that, and then you beat him in less than a minute and a half.
That was crazy.
So when I hear these guys say these things, I have to look at what they're potentially looking at, and I go like, all right, if I was him, what am I seeing that I think I could capitalize on? And if I'm him, I'm thinking, what ways can I win? So I'm looking at the show, I'm like, your ways of winning is staying long, and hopefully I just run into every single punch you throw. Like
well, that's worked for him up until now.
Yo, what if he shoots? That would be crazy.
I hope he does.
That would be hilarious.
Yo,
I'm not even gonna sprawl. I'm not even gonna sprawl, bro. Like,
no, I'm like, let him take
Yo,
down.
that would be hilarious.
Even if he took me down, I'm like, okay, now I get to play jiu-jitsu, which I love because it's not just jiu-jitsu, it's combat jiu-jitsu, and I think that's what people have yet to see me do.
Yeah, facts.
Everyone's terrified to go to the ground with me. They're like, nah, I don't want to be down there. I don't want to be down there. So they panic, they give their back, or they just try to stalemate me in a position.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, give me an opportunity to play jiu-jitsu. That's what I would love to show the world my grappling ability.
That would be dope.
Because then you get to see the real brilliance. They get to see my omoplatas. You get to see my triangles. You get to see the arm bars on my back.
Because nobody's seen that, they think they underrate you. If they saw
that's true.
If they saw like just what I get to see, literally they would think you're like John Jones.
Facts.
Like they would talk about you like that.
Yeah.
That'd be
Not trying to gas it, but like
Nah,
you know what I mean?
I agree with you 100%.
Like
striking, I give him the advantage in the striking. Like overall, he's gonna be way more comfortable on a defensive level and an offensive approach. But I do know I just need to put a fist in his face a couple of times, even if it doesn't connect. If it backs him up and makes him make one false step on sprawling too early or allowing me to get my hands around his waist, dude.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Even if I get the single, he turns his back and limps his leg out of it. And
it'll be like,
then I can,
like you're here and then you're here, like in that quick.
Oh my
like
he's literally gonna be looking around
like where'd he go?
Oh, he's on my back.
Like what was it? Steve was saying yesterday, like he was striking with you and like, you would be like in front of him, then you're behind him, and he like has no idea where you are.
Oh, the box
on the feet, with no kicks.
That's crazy.
And that's more my game, kicking.
So, all right, let's get back on track. Corey Sandhagen versus Rob Font. What's your analysis?
I'm going with Corey Sandhagen just because Corey's had more time to prepare for this. I think he's been a little bit on a better streak and run than Rob Font. Let's see if Rob Font can find those big shots to put Corey away. Corey has been rocked before. We've seen that in a couple fights. Yuri Alcantara, which was like the first 10 seconds of the fight, and then he got stuck in that armbar triangle for 4 minutes, and then he got out and beat the brakes off of Alcantara. The John Lineker fight, he got chinned one time pretty good, where he started wrestling at the end and got caught in the guillotine. I remember these fights, man. Like, I watched these guys.
Yeah.
So if Font can't connect, I think Font can get him out of there, but the hard part is going to be actually connecting. Corey does a good job of distance management, probing his jab, snapping in the front kicks, leg kicks, and then he circles and switches stances super well. I just feel like that fight with Cheeto, he got tired from like beating Cheeto up.
Yeah.
And maybe that was because of the wrestling, or was it because he just got tired from beating Cheeto up? And I think wrestling gets people more tired than they actually realize.
Yeah.
So him wrestling that much, maybe that plays a factor. And 25 minutes is a long time.
Different.
So I don't know. This is a tough one. I know if it was me and I take down Font, I think I get on his back, or I get him in a really bad position where I could really land some big damage. Corey is like, he lands big ground and pound like he did against Cheeto, but he's not going to be in your guard hanging out. When he was in the guard with Cheeto, he had to posture up because Cheeto started throwing elbows, and he realized, like, this is not a good spot for me to be in. So that's the dynamic that I'm really interested to see if he's going to look to implement the wrestling again, or if he's just going to say, you know what, I'm just going to make this a kickboxing fight the whole time. But I'm leaning towards Corey. I think Corey's going to be in better shape for 5 rounds if it doesn't.
He has the advantage, I feel, just because of how like the camps lined up.
Yeah. You have to look at all those variables. 2 weeks less, 3 rounds to 5 rounds. One guy's been training for 5 rounds. He's on the same fight card that he was going to be fighting on this entire time. And he's on a little bit of a run.
If Corey wins, who's next for him, though?
Merab.
I think Merab.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Henry's saying Merab is for him.
Yeah, but Henry doesn't have. He can't just say that.
He ain't got the juice right now.
Yeah.
You had the juice. I told you to take a tune-up fight. You ain't want to take a tune-up fight. I don't know. Aljamain is my tune-up fight. And then I'm going to run through Ronald McDonald, and then I'm going to fight Volkanovski, the average. I'm like...
Henry really thought he was Volk.
Nah, he did.
No, Henry thought he was him.
Nah, he thought he was him.
No, like,
He
but
definitely thought
what
he
we
was
all
him.
look at Volk as, like, right now, like, the way
Yeah.
he's been.
Volkanovski is him.
Nah,
Right?
Yeah,
Volk
like,
is-
the way,
yeah.
like, pound for
Yeah.
pound number one, I would argue.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
like,
they did change the rankings. He is number one.
Oh,
He's
okay,
number
yeah,
one.
that's
I
right,
saw
yeah.
that.
What's John Jones?
two. Rightfully, I
Respectfully.
think, yeah.
Respectfully.
But, like, the way we are all, like, hyped on Alex Volkanovski right now is what Henry thought he was.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then
It
he
was
lost
close.
to you.
If he didn't take 3 years off, I think the 3 years off hurt him more than it helped him. I know coaching helped him a lot, but I think that it's easier to coach from the outside than when you're actually in there and you have to
in the
execute it
fire.
yourself.
Yeah.
So I think like coming back against an awkward style like mine, trying to figure out like, what the heck am I supposed to do? Until the 5th round when he was just like, I'm just gonna fight, and he just started swinging haymakers, and I just had him just swinging and missing.
Crazy.
Until he grabbed my single leg and tossed me on my ass.
Oh, yeah.
I was a little upset about that one.
Yeah, I was.
But you
looking
took
like,
him
bro.
down more times than he took you down.
No, of course, but I was just annoyed that he got that last takedown.
Yeah.
It would be-
He didn't
I was
do anything
pissed.
with it, but it was
I
just
was
like
pissed in the arena. I was like, bro,
I was
why'd
like,
you give that up?
Yo,
That was a big takedown.
It would be dope if you guys, if they put you on the Fight Pass Invitational and had you do a grappling match.
Oh, I would school Henry.
Or wrestling, I mean. It should
Okay.
be wrestling.
Wrestling.
That would be sick.
I still think I still think I beat him in a wrestling match.
I would love to see that.
I really do think so.
wanna
It'd be
see
hard for me to shoot underneath him, but I
Yeah.
have a different way of beating him, which is the tie-up. He might think that he could hit that inside leg trip. I feel like the only reason he got that inside leg trip is because in my head, I was like, I'm going to do something cool against this. And then when it's like, okay, we're going to set him up for failure, and as soon as he steps in, I'm going to send him for a ride.
Yeah.
And I just stood there, and he hit the inside trip, and I was like, that was not cool at all. That was the opposite of cool. I just looked
That's
stupid.
hilarious. Do you really think about that during the
Oh yeah,
fight?
because I'm in the clinch. I'm like, he's gonna hit the inside leg trip again. He thinks he's gonna hit the inside leg trip, and I
And
got
then he
something
did
for
it.
that.
And you're like, ah, fuck.
And I just waited as I'm trying to think. I'm like, do I go for a throw? Do I look to step behind and fold him as he steps forward? And then the way he hit it, I was like waiting for him to pull me. And as he pulled me and he stepped in, I was like, damn, there he goes. Not what I
Wow,
thought.
that's crazy.
Is Ray calling me about sparring for tomorrow? But yeah, the next up, who's the co-main event?
The
Tatiana
co-main
Suarez?
is Tatiana Suarez versus Jessica Andrade. What's your analysis?
Jessica Andrade. That's a good fight. This is Tatiana's opportunity for a coming out party. She beats Jessica Andrade. She's got to get the next title shot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
She's a
She's
dog,
really like
Andrade.
Wait, it's 115 though, right? Yeah, 115.
flyweight. Yeah,
Flyweight? No, it's not flyweight. Can't be.
hers. Tatiana says, oh
Because Tatiana.
no,
went back down.
Tatiana's ranked at flyweight. It's strawweight.
Yeah. Because that other girl, Shonan, just won as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard them say she was gonna get the next title shot.
I
At
mean,
the
that would
Whaley's,
be.
Lemos.
She won at flyweight. Then she comes down, beats Andrade, who's coming off a loss.
to Shonan.
I think Aaron beat her.
Both of them beat. Aaron Blanchfield beat Jessica Andrade, and Xiaonan Yan beat Jessica Andrade as well.
Wasn't that at your fight in Jersey?
Yes.
Okay. So I would guess if she beats Andrade, she has one more fight to get the title shot.
One more fight or one, knock on wood, accident to happen where
Yeah.
she could jump in and take someone's spot.
Yeah.
I think they have to do Xiaonan versus the winner of Whaley and Lemos, who's fighting in Boston.
Yeah. And I mean, you can't even complain if you're her because that's her first fight at strawweight since in like 3 years.
When she fought on my card, against when I fought Cody Stamen, UFC 228.
Wow.
That's back
Yeah,
in
she's
Texas.
been out for
Wow,
so
I was
long.
there. I remember that.
2018, bro.
That's when you
It's
got
crazy.
cut that what was that move?
Solo stretch.
Yeah.
The Funk Strudel.
That joke was crazy. And then what's the name hit it right after?
Yeah, it's a beat.
That was crazy.
And then he retired.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Took my money.
That's crazy.
God damn it.
What would you have done with that 50K? Where would that 50K be now?
Maybe in a house.
Probably
Smart.
be worth a lot more than
Smart.
50K.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, back then
You
too.
gotta know what to do with the
50K
bread.
in a house would be worth a lot more right now.
Word.
It's like,
But that's a good fight, man. I think Jessica Andrade, I think they're both going different ways.
definitely.
So obviously this is a big one for Tatiana, cutting the weight down again against a brawler. But I think she does well with people who just throw crazy punches.
Yeah.
She'll be able to just slip underneath or cover up
Yeah.
and then tie her up. And then from there, her grappling is just super aggressive.
Yeah, you just hope she doesn't get cracked or something.
Yeah, but I think Tatiana's gonna do more than fine.
I would guess she wins.
What do you think her keys to victory are?
Wrestling. Wrestle, obviously.
You think she finishes her though?
Yeah.
That would make things interesting. She could get a finish. I mean, I know Zhao just beat her in the first round, so I don't know how much better she could do than that. And that was a TKO.
I'm putting the whole house on Tatiana by finish.
Andrade is a pit bull, bro. She's a pit bull.
I'm putting
bro.
this house.
But Tatiana's just got to make sure she goes in there with her head on, because I feel like Andrade has, in the past, shown that she's on the downside, and then she'll come back.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
She's like one of the most consistent.
Yeah, that's true.
And I thought Caitlyn was gonna handle her, especially with her black belt. She was like, a good grappler, not really a wrestler, but then we saw that fight went. So I don't know. There's I think you kind of got to go in there knowing like what their strengths are, which I'm pretty sure she's smart enough to do her homework.
Yeah.
And she's got Patchy Mix. She's got Nate with her. I don't know if Eric's cornering or not. Nick Sick. But she's got a good team. So it'd be cool.
Definitely. I definitely got her. Got her winning. It's her time, I feel.
After that many years off, man, that would be an insane story.
I know. I'm cheering for her so hard.
How long has it been?
Also, we know her, so.
She made her return earlier this year, right?
Yes. It was at that
February.
fight night. Yeah.
Wow. So she was out since September 2018.
Dude, that's nuts.
Wow.
And she just came back earlier this year.
And she was like,
wow,
poised to be like the champion back then, right?
Yeah.
Like that was like her trajectory.
That's before I like really met her, but I always saw her like tweet and stuff, and then I watched her style the first time. I was like, oh, this girl's good.
Yeah.
Like her grappling is gonna be way too much. I was like, even against the Cookie Monster, Carla Esparza.
Yeah.
I just felt she was just too big for her. Like,
how old is she?
Tatiana?
Yeah.
I think she's still under 30.
Under 30?
I think she's 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I asked her.
I was saying, because there's no way in your 30s you could take that much time off and come back and still be the same.
But her style is like
that's
just
crazy.
a winning style, especially in the women's division.
She's a mauler.
Yeah. Billy Q versus Damon Jackson.
Oh, return of Billy Q. Obviously, he lost his last one, but this is a great opportunity for him to get back in the win column. Yeah. Damon Jackson, he ain't bad, man. Like, I felt like when he got cut from the UFC, I was kind of like, this guy is not very good. And then he came back. Went to PFL, got knocked out bad. Came back, won a couple, got back to the UFC, took a short notice fight, and beat the dude. I think he had one. He's like 4-2 in his run in the UFC right now since his return.
Damon Jackson. Yeah.
So he's had kind of like an up and down, but for the most part, he's been winning since he's gotten back.
His last fight was a loss to Danny Ige.
Danny Ige, he got knocked out in the second or third round.
But before that, he was on a
3-fight, right?
4-fight win streak.
4-fight. See?
Yeah.
Wow. Dude, he was on a nice run,
he's
man.
Good. Yeah.
And he's trusting his hands. He's been doing a good job over there in Texas with, I guess, Saeed or Fortis MMA. I'm just called Fortis. I think that's where he's traded. So he's doing a good job over there. And then I always thought he was too slow for the weight class. Did he fight Topuria?
He lost to Topuria.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
In 2020.
That was a bad one.
Punches.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
But I feel like Ilya makes everybody look really slow.
Nah, like Damien's. I knew that was a dangerous matchup. I was like, the only way he wins this if Topuria trips and somehow he grabs a leg and takes him down and gets on his back. Because his name is the Leech. He's good when it comes to grappling. But his punches, I just felt like very slow, like almost like Darren Elkins. That's like the best way I could kind of compare it to give people perspective. Yeah. And it's not like being disrespectful. It's just what I'm looking at. And I'm like, yo, Topuria is just like pop, 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 snappy punches, hits hard, very compact. I'm like, good luck getting underneath him. It's kind of like when I was trying to get underneath Cejudo. It's just hard to get under these shorter, stockier guys.
Yeah.
And he put him to sleep pretty good.
You was trying to get underneath Cejudo?
You already know.
Pause, bro.
Underneath
God
those
damn.
cheeks.
Yo.
Pause.
Yo. And you know what's crazy? He did.
Pause.
He tried and succeeded. But what about Billy Q?
Trying to do this split. Yes, brilliant. I never thought about that. Yeah, You don't want to hit him with this? You want to switch it that way? Hey. Conor McGregor's the best.
Yo,
that
was hilarious.
That moment was crazy.
Nah, that was hilarious.
You gotta do the split. Whoa! I was like, yo, this guy is
He was
hysterical.
like, easiest money I ever made.
Nah, facts. We was watching it in the car on the way after the fight. That was hilarious.
Jokes.
Billy Q.
We just went
Can
on.
we just get back on track here, please?
Billy Q, the one thing I could say about him, I always feel like his style would benefit from straighter punches. He's tends to throw big hooks, but he connects, he puts you down, he hurts you.
Yeah.
But I feel like when he fought Barbosa and stuff, just a little bit more with straighter punches. Even before the Barbosa fight, I've been saying this. I think if he starts to get behind his jab a little bit and starts to put on those 1-2s, those big hooks will start to come. It kind of reminds me of Favola. Like Favola came with us. My man would almost never use a jab. He started almost every combination with a straight right hand or like an overhand right into a big left hook. And I was like, yo, Ray, like you got to kind of get him to start like using his jab. Like I'm one to talk because I don't really ever like box. But I know if I do, I use a long jab. And I feel like he could benefit from that. And if he does start doing that, I think this should be relatively, I don't want to say easy.
Yeah.
But I think
Work
he
in
should
his
get,
favor.
I think this should be a favorable matchup for him.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we got the debut
Hey.
of Dennis the Great.
So Dennis the late
Let's go.
was still great. Even though he's late, he's still great.
Hey, let's go.
Bars.
Let's go.
Dennis Buzukja facing off
go.
against Sean Woodson.
Come
Dennis's
on.
debut.
Let's
UFC
go.
Nashville, 4 days notice.
The tallest guy in the UFC.
Sean
tall is
Woodson.
he?
Under
Sean Woodson
155.
is
6'4".
he's like this much
He's
leg
6'4"?
and then like this much
What?
upper body.
Yeah, he has like the smallest torso and mad
He's,
legs.
bro, he looks
6'4"?
crazy.
No way. 6'4".
Yo, he's tall as shit.
Fighting that with 55?
No, 45.
Bro, you got to see this.
Is it
dude.
catch weight? Is this a catch weight?
No, 45.
Damn.
6'4"?
Dennis, well, Dennis had 20 pounds
To
in
cut.
4 days.
Isn't John Jones 6'4"?
Yeah.
Okay,
Nah, he's stupid tall. It don't make sense.
you can kind of see it in this picture, but he's
Yeah.
like all leg, bro. Like it's like his upper body's like
Crazy.
very
this
little.
small.
So he's another guy who's also very slow with his hands, and I would even say his kicks is not very fast, but he's very like efficient. Like he'll just keep spamming stuff. He'll keep showing feints and keep moving, and it's not very fast, but his arms are so long. Are you into typology right now?
Yeah.
Because they can tell us how long his reach is. So he'll just keep like putting stuff in your face, and they just connect. But it's not like,
79-inch reach.
yeah, bro, it's stupid.
What?
Dennis has a
69 or
70-inch reach.
Still got
It's
Dennis,
9
though.
inches.
Dennis gonna work.
I think Dennis dropped something in his chest, like old Longo says, punch your hole in his chest. And I think they go off to the races. Maybe I think go to the body.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful because he'll lift his knee up and it'll be right at your chin.
Wow.
I mean, the guy's got like 7-foot legs that Dennis could just kick in every different area of his leg.
And it's a fight where if he can slip something, just push forward and get right on his hips.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Dennis is a great grappler.
Yeah, a lot better. His
Yeah.
last fight was a grappling sequence into a finish.
Yeah.
One of the moves
Facts.
we always do to cut the corner, and to see him hit that twice in that fight and then get the finish, I was like, oh nah, Dennis is next level now.
Literally, yeah.
Next
Dennis is
level
him.
now.
I think it's gonna. Dennis is gonna.
I
Me and,
gotta
me and Nas were talking about it last night. We're like,
Yeah.
Dennis is gonna finish the guy.
Nah,
I think so.
I gotta give Dennis a shout out because I remember at your fight, me and him was talking because he really wanted to get on that card, and he was like, man, as much as this bothers me, like just being patient, like anybody that you gotta go through the journey. I was like, yo, your time is coming. He's like, I know it. It's like I'm right there, but I haven't got that call yet, and he finally got the call. So like, yo, Dennis, go do your thing, my boy. It's your time. Make it happen, bro.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
He's been like UFC ready for a while,
Yeah.
and it was always just like, when is he gonna get in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's all just gonna be more better for his preparation overall and his run in the UFC.
Yeah.
More so than learning on the job.
Yeah.
Where I had to learn on the job. I got in at 8-0, But
Yeah.
I was nowhere near confident or as good of a striker as I am now.
Facts.
It's just night and day.
Facts.
But like, yeah, and then
Facts.
like now he's only 25, but like he's so good for 25.
I think he's actually had kickboxing fights.
Yeah.
I never
Wow.
had kickboxing fights.
Wow.
I just wrestled, did a couple of jiu-jitsu tournaments,
Facts.
and then just
And drove
jumped
all
into
over the
MMA.
place fighting.
Yeah, that was it.
Literally.
Learning
Drove
on the
all
job.
over the place fighting, bro.
It's crazy.
The grind. Yo, that's why I like when people be hating. I'm like, y'all don't know the grind that I like watch this man go through, driving to every fight. Like, bro.
They think I just got hit.
Oh my God. That's why sometimes I be like, I wish they knew. Then it's like, you know what? I get to appreciate it more than people because y'all just seeing now like, oh, he ain't. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, he like that, bro. I used to say this to him like, yo, bro, you know it's impossible for you to lose. Like, he's just looking at me. I used to say, bro, you can't lose. It's impossible for you to lose, bro. Like, the only way is you beat yourself. Like, nobody can beat you. Like, facts.
Literally.
I would tell him like, yo, bro, you can't be beat. But you know, he's mostly like, I know, but you know, he still got the possibility. But that's having a healthy fear. But he can't lose, bro. I really believe nobody can beat him, bro. Like for real. Like I don't know, man.
Definitely not Sean Woodson. That's what I'm saying.
For
That's
Dennis.
not the guy to beat him. Yeah.
This is a great opportunity, man. I know he's fighting a giant, but I think a couple things come down with the guys that big cutting weight.
Yeah.
I don't think they take shots as well. But obviously, it's going to be hard to get inside to hit this man. But I know the hips are going to be there to be taken. Then it's just got to make sure his entries are perfect. Close the gap, use some good feints. Get him to cover up. Get on the hips. Get a good takedown. Make that transition. I think he got finished with a Darce choke by Julian Rosa.
Wow.
Dennis got some good chokes, man. So
Ooh,
Yeah,
let's
he's
go.
good, man.
I'm just saying.
How much you
He's
think
a
a guy like that
beast.
walks around his weight? 6'4", coming out to 145.
That guy's
If you're 6'4", you got to be like
Just
at least
height alone.
180,
That's what I'm
190.
saying.
he has to cut a lot.
Yeah.
Especially for his frame. Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
But we had some good fights, man. I'm super excited for him. Long time coming. And I cannot wait to be there in Nashville to watch it live.
Pulling up. The king is pulling up.
Yes, sir.
Last
Then we got Ode.
Yeah, I was about to say. Last but not least, Ode.
What's the name of this guy he's fighting? I don't want to
Asu
pronounce it. I'll let you pronounce
Almabayev.
it. What's it?
Asu Almabayev.
You sure?
That's what it.
You
That's,
sure about that? You sure about
Are
that?
you sure about that?
Are you sure about that?
No. He's from Kazakhstan. It's his debut. 17-2-0. Ode's 12-5-0. Veteran.
So, one of the things about Ode, I thought he had a very good camp in the sense of really good looks, training with Amir, training with JP. I know people are probably going to say, oh, JP is 0-3, though. Guys, JP has been one of my best sparring partners that I've had who just has not been able to show the world on the UFC stage how good he is. When I say he puts it on people in the room, he puts it on people.
Savage.
You know? So it's just one of those things, once it clicks up here, and I think this next one when he fights the following week, August 12th, he's fighting Sean O'Malley's training partner, McGee, something like that. I think we're going to be able to see the new version of JP. With that being said, I think Ode, he was shown in the past, he's got that one-hitter quitter, man. His arm, he's got the size arms of a welterweight, bro.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, not like
Jack.
that, though. Not like that.
His reach is, I think, 74
No,
or
it's-
73.
It's more than that.
No, he's way
His
more
arms
jacked.
are like disproportionately big for his body. It's
His
crazy.
legs are tiny.
Yeah.
He's got these bony hips, but when he hits you with those hips, it don't feel good. And he's got these jacked ass arms, like I said, man, like the arms of a welterweight. And his reach is like 74. Like he does this weird style, and then he'll snipe. He hits his man. I think he's gonna shut his lights out. I know this guy's gonna be looking to come in and grapple him the whole time. I was like, dude, all you gotta do is worry about keeping the fight standing and then getting back to your feet.
Yeah.
You do those two things and get these repetitions, and then you do what you do best, which is now you don't got to hold back. You put that southpaw kick on his body. This guy's starting combinations with a rear hand uppercut. I was like, Ode, let this guy try to do that with you, and you're gonna starch him right down the middle.
Yeah.
Easy. But again, it's got to be sharp. He's got to be calculated. He's got to be dialed in. And I think, like I said, he touches him one time. Those welterweight arms are gonna put down a flyweight.
No doubt.
So,
Ode by a vicious KO.
I think it could be. I think this should be a first rounder for him.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's bold.
Okay.
Yeah, he connects. I'm telling you, man. This guy hit me one time. I was like, Oh, all right. It's like that. I don't even know if he's doing it maliciously. I'm just like, you just got these welterweight arms. You got these guns on you.
Bro, it's crazy. I wish I had arms like him.
Shaq.
It's crazy.
Like, he'll get a 2-on-1 and just hold my arm. It's like, yo, bro, a flyweight's arm should not be like
It's
this.
like, but if he had any legs at all, he'd be a bantamweight.
Easily.
But he just has no legs. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
His calves are probably thinner than mine.
Yeah, you have no calves.
I got no calves.
But you have quads.
I got quads. Quadzilla.
He ain't got grip like how I had grip, though.
Yo, what are we talking about?
Talking about
now,
wrestling,
bro?
bro.
Come on,
Yo,
bro.
but you
talking
can't
about
just
wrestling,
say that on the
Hey.
podcast,
Nah,
dog.
you said he grabbed your
You
wrist.
said I
and you
got
was
that
like, whoa.
gorilla grip.
I did.
Yo,
You know, once I grabbed your wrist, it was over, bro.
once I grab your what?
County champ, bro. County champ. Stop playing. One last thing, though. Corey Sandhagen wins with a vicious win. Calls you out. Aljo, where you at?
Belt.
Where you at? I want that rematch. What you doing?
I'm like, catch me at 145. How about that? Catch me at 145. How about
No more
How
weight
about
cuts.
that?
He gonna be chasing my ass
Facts.
down to the end of his dying breath.
Nah, facts. He's gonna want that fight back. He's gonna want that back.
Man, shit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens with my fight, and then we go from there.
I feel like
But
you're ready for.
other than that,
Yeah.
catch me at 145.
Cash me at 145. How about
Corey
that?
could probably, if he just bulked up a little.
He fought at 45 before his UFC debut,
Oh wow.
Yeah, like he's a big dude.
and his debut was at 45.
I feel like he probably crushes his body to get to 35.
Yeah, and the only guy he lost to was at 145 to a guy named Jamal Emmers, and he's now in the UFC as well. He was doing like decent. The other thing I want to say, guys, we got the return of Pumi Nakuda, aka Turbo.
Let's
Turbo
go!
time. Let's go. It's been what is it, like 2 years at least, right? Maybe I almost feel like it's
been a
3.
minute.
I feel like he quit, kind of like.
What'd you say? The mic can't hear you.
I feel. I feel
say
like
quit.
he took his
This
break.
is step,
you know,
step away. Like don't call it quit. Like don't
well, he
like
said
that.
I'm done with MMA at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I know, but still.
So at the time he did, but
I
that
hate the
was
word
like
quit.
right before I started with you. So that's like a year and a half ago.
Okay,
That's a
so
long
almost 2
time.
years.
Wow.
He broke his hand. He went through
Yeah.
some tough times, obviously financial problems, and he was going through some other stuff that he just needed to clear his head, get some time out. I thought he was done. He was exploring WWE. I think he's trying to probably gonna see if he can pursue both. But I'm so excited for him. He's fighting Friday in Tennessee, in Nashville,
What?
the night before Dennis fights. So I'm actually coming to Nashville
Wow.
Friday morning early, get
What's
my
the
workout
odds of
in
that?
Thursday. Yeah, get my workout in on Friday afternoon when I get in. Either hit pads with Steve or probably go down to a local gym. Guys, if you know a local
this about
gym,
to be a good
please let
weekend.
me know in the comments. And also, don't forget to hit the like button. So I'm going to go down there. We're going to get to help out Pumi, corner him on his return. Hopefully he gets the finish. And then the next day, we're going to help Dennis corner him for his fight.
go.
And guys, this is an opportunity for us to get 4 guys into the UFC this year. 4 from Long Island. So we got myself, we got Marab, we got Ali Quinta, who I was like like he's kind of retired, but not really, but is really at the same time.
Yeah.
And then we have, myself,
Steamroller.
Marab, Al, Steamroller, and Nas, and then we have Weidman.
Yeah.
So we have 6 right now. And then Dennis just is going to be making his debut. And then we could potentially get Pumi signed if he wins this one. Knock on wood, I believe he will. Inshallah. He'll be 6-0, hopefully get a finish. That's what the UFC wants to see. And then we have Pombos on Contender Series also next week.
Wow.
And then we have Dylan Montello, the Quiet Man, on the Contender Series.
wow.
And Charlie Campbell, who's also on the short list of getting back in or potentially getting on the Contender Series. Yeah, this is a crazy
Could be,
year.
bro, that could be nuts, man.
Just our
I don't think
small
any
gym.
team has ever done that.
I'm just trying
What's
to
the closest?
But it's all local guys too.
Yeah, and we be trying to tell people like we're a small gym, but we got savages.
Nah, for
Yo, it's
real.
crazy.
Armando's on deck coming out. I think he's on a 4-fight win
Bro.
streak since
Telling
he
you.
joined our team fully.
That New York, man, that mindset different, bro. People don't understand. Wow.
crazy.
Ooh, what a time to be alive. Ooh.
Stop playing. Y'all know what's going on, man.
You know I'm
Stop-
bringing in New
stop
York, we're bringing
playing,
that to
bruh.
Boston.
You know what I'm saying?
Got to.
You know what I'm saying?
Respectfully.
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 Pumi by however he wants, for sure.
Yeah.
I saw
Pumi's
him
a
training
savage.
yesterday. He's quick.
He took me down a couple of times during my camp for Henry Cejudo. And you kind of look
And
like,
he's a 25.
bro, he's so fast.
Dude, it's like, I'm like, bro, why? You just sparred Aljo. Why are you not even like, why aren't you back in the game, you know?
Wow.
This is the best bantamweight ever, and you're doing decent with him. Like,
no, but that's very mature of him to know. Like, I'm not in the place to do it, because there's people that'll, because they have the talent, they'll still go and really won't fully be there, and then lose that spot. So for him to go away and come back now, that means he's coming back ready. So it's probably the best time for him right now.
it's his time.
Basically, we just want to keep y'all motivated out there to go out there and go get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Go get it.
Go get it.
I mean, speaking of, we got divine motivation in the house. So if you want, leave these people with some closing regards. Give them some daily motivation that they might need in their life right now, cuz.
I mean, this was somebody that's looking at this that feel like, I mean, you don't know which direction you want to go in life. You're not sure what you want to do. Like, you see other people excelling and you're like, why not me? Why not you be great? Why not you go chase everything that's for you? It's going to be hard. Expect it. Life is going to be hard. But you got to get stronger. You have to look yourself in the mirror and deal with whatever it is you're struggling with. And tackle it. And once you push through, you get stronger. You realize there's more for you on this earth. So keep pushing. Keep grinding. And try to be the best version you could possibly be. Not anybody else. The best version of yourself. It's your boy Enoch Maurice. Divine Motivation. Follow me. Divine Motivation _ Let's get it.
Him.
All right, guys. And on that note, I'm going to go get ready for a light training session. I'm going to go teach the MMA class at Long May. I got to schedule another fan meetup at the gym for next week. This way we can be a little bit more proactive. I'm thinking to possibly do it maybe on like, we should probably do it at night, right? This way more people could come in after work.
Yeah. We did have a good turnout last time.
Yeah, I just got to figure out what day we're going to do it. Got to look at the calendar and then see around my training sessions so I could actually do the Q&A, but actually have a good workout. Because last time I did it, I was shocked because I was just so tired from doing the workout from before. But I think it would be cool to get the fans back out and then get the aspiring journalists and stuff out there. Because I haven't been doing a lot of interviews because obviously we got our own channel. We give the questions and give the insight on training and whatnot. And this would be cool to give people some time. And it's just hard to give people half hour to an hour of your time to do an interview. I'm just like, yo, bro, I got to do all this plus my own stuff, and I got to train twice a day.
Yeah.
It's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
So forgive me. It's not like I got Hollywood. It's just literally, it's just so much requests that I just can't do them all.
Yeah.
You know, so I try to pick and choose the big ones. So please don't feel like I've been sliding you guys whatsoever.
And if you live in Long Island, especially Unidale, you can cut this clip out. Yo, I need the whole Unidale come out. And when you have a date yet?
For what?
When you going to do the open workout?
No, next week I'm saying.
Next
I gotta
week?
figure out what day it's gonna be.
I need everybody in Unidale to show up.
Where my black folks at, bro?
Stop playing, bro.
Straight up, where my black folks
Y'all
at?
stay be posting him online, but don't show up. Pull up, man. Stop playing.
Damn. Shout out PJ because he be pulling
Facts.
up. Yeah. Other than that, man, that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. We're gonna do some clips for this.
Of course.
Weekly Scraps media page. That's gonna be the clips. And then, of course, we got the full podcast on this. More training vlogs. Stay tuned. I hope you guys are catching up. And stay tuned with that because it's going to be giving you guys the updates on my weight and everything. And, yeah. Get down with the fake Conor McGregor.
Facts. Oh, yeah, and I got an album coming out. It's a motivational album.
Oh, yeah, that's facts.
It's called I Am. Enoch Maurice. It's going to be everywhere.
See you guys later, baby.
Gang, gang.
Peace.